Alright, guys, I am leaving the boat, going on a little walk here. I just realized I was reviewing some of the clips, and I realized that my microphone wasn't actually recording my audio. It was still coming from my phone. I think I chopped it up to, I had my phone on low power mode, and I think that caused the microphone not to work, because now it's working just fine. So that's my bad. But now we're kind of walking up to Tillicum Village here. Of course, you guys have seen this place several times on my channel, but it's just one of the premier. When you think of the Northwest, this is what I think of right here: trees and Native Americans. It's just, this is the Northwest. So, God, isn't that just gorgeous? The waves are definitely dying down. That's good to see. There's us right there. All right, and this is where we enter the hiking trail. And that way you can go down to the beach if you want, if the tide is low. Look at that. Up there they have a little wood shed where they keep all their wood at. I mean, this island is like everything about the Northwest that I love is on this island. You've got the water, you've got the trees, the cedar trees, you've got the ferns, you've got everything. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Can't beat the cascading waves coming in. Beautiful forest here. It's kind of nice too, because as we come more inland, the wind is less. Got less of that frigid air on me. There's a ravine here. Goes down to the water, and probably some creek a little bit further up in the island. Look at that. There's some new evergreen trees. Big cluster of them right there. In about 100 years, they'll be as tall as these ones. And then these ones are just going to fall. Probably in the next 50 years or something. I don't know. All right, now I'm in the Blue Trail, which is a trail that cuts through the middle of the island. So, as you can tell, there's no wind, and yeah, all the wind died because it's out there on the water. So peaceful out here, that's for sure. Right now, at this spot, I am at the center of the island. Take a look at this picture here. Yeah, we are center right here. There's no sound except birds and a couple of crackling branches from deer and stuff. Yeah, we are dead center. You can't get much more center than this. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a little cabin right there, tucked inside of the trees, and you've got a little trail that comes out to the main trail, and like that's how you get to your property, is just walk on a trail back to your house, and then you've got the main trail here that you can walk on or something. So yeah, So I don't quite remember where this leads. Somewhere around here, there's like a facility where they keep there's like some cylinders or something that they keep stuff in, but I don't know if that's on this trail or a different trail. But I know it's somewhere in the middle of the island, so just serene out here. I don't know. Is this an animal trail? I think this way might lead off to that thing I was talking about. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way. This should go towards a different part of the island here. Going into some really closed off area. Trees are really keeping you in tight. Look at that right here. It's just pitch black in here. So much dense tree cover. Bro, this is so cool. This is so cool, bro. Yo. Look at that. It's so dark in here and so dense. Yo. I mean, the camera makes it so much lighter in here. But like you can see there's no vegetation on the ground because sunlight doesn't reach down to this far. This is the coolest spot of the island, I think. I've been here a couple times. And look at that little continuation here. I might stop here and eat some of my what's it called? Tuna. I think I'll do that here because this is really a remote spot here. Oh, this log is rotting. It just it just fell apart when I sat on it, but this is kind of a really nice zen trip for me. Um with everything going on in life, I'm getting married in about 4 months from now. Dealing everything with the wedding, getting all the tables and chairs coordinated and all that stuff. It's kind of stressful. Me and my fiance we're always like, you know what? I can't wait until the day after the wedding when we're actually married. I'm like, yeah, that'll be nice. All the stress of planning the wedding and trying to make it perfect for all of our guests and all of our guests to have a good experience. Plus the fact that this is really the first time in my life where I've ever hosted some kind of event where like I'm the one that's putting it on, kind of a thing. Because I always go to events that other people host, but I'm one of the hosts of this event, so yeah. But it's just for a couple hours, and then we're gonna have a great time, and then life will start from there. Really, I'll. It's like basically I'm restarting life from zero on the wedding day because oh shit, I just lost a bunch of my tuna. Well, some animal's gonna have a field day out here, but it's truly a reset. Like your life completely restarts on the day that you're married because everything you knew before when you were single is it doesn't exist anymore because now you're two that have become one and you got to build a new life. So that's what I'm excited about is everything from the past is the past, and um everything that I want for the future is stuff that my future wife and I can strive for. So it's kind of a little TED talk that maybe you didn't ask for, but I'm kind of feeling very zen out here. And this tuna is very good, bro. I will say that it's really good. Well, sun sets in about 45 minutes or so. So I don't want to be out here when it's dark, but I was trying to see if I can get to a spot where I've watched the sunset before, and it's a really pretty spot. I think I've no, I don't know if I videoed that spot. Oh, maybe I did on a previous video than when I came here. But kind of want to find that spot again. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, so you might not see that in this video. Okay, so I just walked down the trail a little bit farther. This is what I was alluding to earlier. Is there's some kind of little menu or not little storage silos, if you will, and they store stuff in this location. Not sure what it is, but it's kind of interesting. There's a gravel trail here where vehicles walk on or drive on. I think that way leads to back to the village. And oh, there's a deer. Just saw a deer right there. This way leads off to can't remember, but I'll pick a direction here. I'm gonna look at my maps and see where it goes. Well, it appears I took the wrong direction because now I've back to the marina area, but I wanted to go back to the, I guess, west end of the island, but you know, that's fine. I'm gonna tomorrow morning I'm gonna go for a walk probably on this trail going all the way back to the other end of the island. Just do a full loop around. I want to check out some of these camping areas right now. My phone's at like 5%, so I'm gonna, I guess this is a good time, and I'm gonna have to go back to the boat to charge it for a little bit before I can record more clips. But yeah, I want to check out the camping. It doesn't appear that anybody's here. Nobody's on the mooring balls. It's empty. But there's the mountain, Mount Rainier. I mean, just imagine like when people first came on this island and they like found this clearing and they set everything up. They set up their camps and stuff. Just like the view that you get every single day. I mean, obviously all this was just trees. Like there was no society or anything. I just think that's cool. Like what would this area look like back in, 1800s when this area was first, getting settled by Americans, and like what it looked like uh, when the Native Americans were the ones that were on this land. I just think it's so fascinating. Goddamn airplane, bruh. And my all-time favorite campsite number, site number 14, where you can literally tuck yourself into the woods. This spot is everything's open. Nobody is here right now. There's only a couple people on the docks, and nobody's camping. I assume nobody's on the west end either. And this spot is more of a secluded spot. Nobody's here either. This end of the island is nice because you've got a nice wind shadow. So even if your boat was right here, you're not getting the wind is not really hitting you, so you're not hearing the clanking sound. I know I'm gonna hear those clanking because I was just looking at the weather, and the wind, and it said it was going to still be like 8 miles an hour at like 9-10 p.m. So I feel like I'm going to have a noisy night tonight. Look at that. Found a little creek here. And there's even a bridge. Small little bridge here. Maybe the animals, they built that for them so they can cross. Well, there's a trail up there. I think maybe this is not meant for animals, bro. Curious what it looks like over here. All right, that's where we were. I think this goes up to the, there's like a group camp area up there. And this just goes down to the beach. So I'm going to go this way. See what the beach looks like here. Get a load of this. Doesn't this just suck? Isn't this just the worst thing you've ever seen? Like, it's just so ugly. Oh. The tide is just dropping like a rock right now. Just up here was filled with water. You know what? The next time I come here, I'm gonna stay on one of those balls. That's what's gonna happen. Be very serene. Although I am gonna need to get a dinghy or something so I can come to shore, or else I'm not gonna be able to pay for it. But you know, and I guess I could. I just need to do some like I need to find a good spot to anchor where it's not a lot of current or anything, so I'm not stressing too much. Sun is just starting to set. I walked a little bit down here, and I'm now on a rock that apparently is submerged underwater when the tide's all the way up, because there's barnacles on it, but look at how far we are from the ground. So that's interesting. Like, you can see that here. It's crazy how like fast, or like how much water flows through here. Oh shit, I just lost one of my legs to my I better go grab that. One of the legs to my tripod is broken, and yeah, here's the rock for scale here, and it just keeps falling off. I need to get a new one. Let's put that back on here. All right, well, I think I'm gonna start journeying back and head back to the boat, and I need to charge the phone, and then probably just hang out for a little bit, and then after that make some dinner. I'm gonna be eating some steak tonight, so I'm gonna be eating like a king. All right, let's head back. All right, a little time has passed, and I charged my phone. I want to see what the sunset looks like right now. Wow, look at that. Guys, look at that sunset. Wow. The wind is dying a little bit. That's nice. Gosh. Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna stay inside with the heat, and I'm just gonna eat some chips and maybe watch a little YouTube for a bit, and eat dinner at around 7:30 or something. That's generally, I eat dinner later, like at 7. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's so nice and warm in here. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but it is what did it say? 71 degrees inside here. Oh, it's so nice and warm. It's just perfect in here. Alright, I'm gonna relax a little bit. I might set up the bed too. Might as well get that all set up. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I set up my stove. So I've got, of course, we're outside because, there's propane and I don't have proper ventilation inside. So we're kind of outside a little bit low here. So the wind won't affect the burner. So we have the base, then we have the propane cylinder, and then on top of that goes the camping stove. And you just screw this on. Like so. It's got to grab at the threads though. Okay. I think we got it there. There we go. Alright. So the stove is on. We've got our pan, of course. Go on top. Let me adjust this here. And we will, well, first I'm going to light the burner. So let's see here. Get some propane in there. Light the burner. Put the pan on top. And then I've got my steak here. Which of course I will place on top of that. And then we'll have to wait for the pan to heat up here. But it heats up pretty fast because this stove is a pretty good stove, even when it's cold out. Steak is starting to heat up a little bit here. Probably going to flip it in just a couple seconds. I think I should have used the other pan. I've got a smaller pan. Probably should have used that instead because it would have heated a lot faster than I just cook one steak at a time. But, oh well. Alright, let's flip her around here. Get some heat on the other side. And then I'm going to have to do the edges too. Bon appetit. Let's go. This looks really good. Hardly any pink on that. I only ever eat steak when I go camping, so it doesn't happen too much. But I love steak. Well, the power cut off for like a couple minutes, and the temperature dropped like 7 degrees in here. Now it's 63, but now the heater is working its way back up, getting it back up to 70 degrees. That is good meat. Alright, a little update here. It is currently 9:13, and as you can hear, the wind has not really died down. My plan is to go to bed at like 10:30 or 11, so I'm hoping at that time the wind will die down. When I looked at the windy app, tried to figure out what the conditions are like, it says that the wind is not gonna die. It's gonna stay like this for basically the whole night. So we'll see how much sleep I get. Anyways, I'm already starting to get tired. I've just been sitting and watching YouTube videos and eating chips. It's very dark and ominous out here, but you can see the bustling city of Seattle off over there. I've got this, well, you can't probably see me, but I've got this headlight on. It's a really bright headlight. So it looks kind of like daylight. You guys can see that right here. It's like a 45-degree angle just to get down to the boat. It's about, gosh, I don't know, 10:30 or so, and that's the sounds that I'm dealing with right now. The wind just won't let up, so be interesting to see how much sleep I get tonight, but I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'll catch you guys in the morning.